Greetings, bitches. Silverlord here, back again with another edition of Saturday Morning Cartoons. I don't know why I said that. Yeah. I'm gonna be posting a little rage video later. Well, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I don't really care either. I'm probably picking a bad time to record this. This is Saturday Morning Cartoons. Today we're talking about Mummies Alive because I ran out of shit to talk about that was connected to, oh, let me see here. Movies. Because we talked about All Dogs Go to Heaven, the series, and then we talked about The Mummy, the series. And now we're talking about Mummies Alive. It's Mummy Month, bitches! No, it's not. It's whatever I feel like month. And, this is a show I haven't got to yet, and I actually seen all of it. So, maybe next week will be Wildcats. Maybe it'll be Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I don't know. It depends. Excuse me. But with that being said, let's get into it. So Mummies Alive, basically, this kid named Presley, who lives in San Francisco. There's a thing with this now. All Dogs Go to Heaven took place in San Francisco. Well, the second half and on took place in San Francisco. And then this took place in San Francisco. What the hell? I heard the city was like lame or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But I don't hear exactly positive things about it. That's all I'm saying. But when Mummies Alive and All Dogs Go to Heaven could have potentially had a crossover that would have been kind of cool and kind of stupid and kind of ridiculous and kind of pointless and not needed, it still would have been kind of cool. But, oh well. I don't mind that at all, really. So what about Mummies Alive? This kid named Presley is basically the reincarnation of Ramses, an ancient pharaoh, or a pharaoh from ancient Egypt. That sounds better. And he's got 4 guardians to protect his very life, as it says in the intro. Which is a very cool intro, I must add. Jakal, Nefertina, Wrath, and Armon. Now, there is one credible... Actually, probably 2. You know what? I want to say that Jakal and Rick from the Mummy animated series, the dad, Rick O'Connell, they might have been voiced by the same dude. Thinking back on it, they sound very similar. I may have to look into that. But Cree Summer was in it, and Cree Summer's always awesome. She was Nefertina. Obviously. Wrath and Armon, I don't know who they were. Sugar. Didn't mean to do that. But, yeah. And then the villain was Scarab, the evil sorcerer Scarab. You had a staff named Heka that was a snake that talked. That's it. Really. And basically, Scarab would try to capture Presley and do all kinds of weird shit to him. And basically, the Mummy animated series I talked about last week, minus the Manacle of Osiris. Pretty much the same thing. But, like the Mummy, and like the best show to do this, Gargoyles, and it did have a lot of characters from mythology and folklore in it. gods and goddesses, deities, um, entities, monsters, beasts, and all kinds of crazy creatures and shit. It did that. This show lasted a while too. It lasted like 50 episodes, 52 episodes, maybe. It lasted quite a while, and that surprises me because it's absolutely ridiculous. But it's like Power Rangers with mummies, which is why it's 10 times better than that crap. That's just me. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not much to talk about here because I kind of already said it about the Mummy. Probably why I did that one first. That and I watched it more recently. Um, I haven't watched. Ugh, crap. Freaking tired. Freaking tired. I get tired too. I haven't watched Mummies Alive in, God, since I graduated high school. Before I graduated high school, since junior year. And don't go saying that was 2 weeks ago, because I'll find you and sack your ass. No, that was 2014 I watched that show. There's a haul video about it on here that got a dislike surprisingly fast. So you're number one in my book, buddy. But that's besides the point. Because I got the figures and then I watched the show. Usually it's vice versa. I guess that's what I could talk about, really. With Mummies Alive, I bought the figures, then I went back and watched the show. I got a really good deal on them. They're all sitting right over there next to Skeleton Warriors, which I need to watch that show. Fuck. Sorry about that. Trying to refrain from the F-bomb, but it's kind of hard. Especially when you're hell-bent on destroying humanity. Oh well. But yeah, say the very least, the toys actually got me into the show. Usually I get into the show without toys, but I saw the toys, I'm like, oh, I remember that. And I'm like, holy crap, I can watch all this on YouTube. Let's start. And so it began, and I watched it in like 4 days, 5 days. I think 4 days. I think I watched it in 4 days. The true binge fest was with Gargoyles, though. That was a 5-day. I watched all 78 episodes. Best 4th of July week ever. And then I wanted the toys from that. The Mummy didn't have any toys, so I was kind of sad. That only had like 26 episodes, though. That was probably of all the shows I've reviewed on this channel, cartoon shows. That one and Mighty Ducks, I believe, had the least. All Dogs Go to Heaven, I think, had 3 seasons. 10 to 13 episodes each. How it lasted that long, I don't know. But of all the shows I have reviewed on this channel, though, that lasted the longest, Gargoyles, Mummies Alive. That might have been all the shows I reviewed. Wildcats, I can tell you right now, only lasted a season. Which, again, we might get to that next week. So, stay tuned for that. We'll definitely keep doing Saturday morning cartoons. But yeah, back to Mummies Alive, because I keep going off topic here. I did a Throwback Thursday last year about it, like early October, I think. It was either, no, it was September. September I did that video. And if you want to learn more about the characters, that's probably your best bet, because I've talked about this stuff so many times. It's like the Gargoyles review. It's like I talked about it so many times. It's kind of cemented itself as a channel staple. And, it's going to be revisited often. Maybe not this show in particular, but several shows I have reviewed will definitely be revisited in the near, if not distant future. But yes, how I was introduced to Mummies Alive when I was a wee lad. We used to have this place called Hollywood Video, and they had the VHS of the first 3-4 episodes. Watched it, liked it, never saw any more. until the 2014 where I went back and watched the show after buying the toys. I've yawned 3 times in this video, goddamn. But yeah, my childhood was pretty straightforward. You know, you got Balto, you got Gargoyles, you got Batman the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series. Shit. The Mummy series. I did actually try and watch that when it was on. The Iron Man cartoon, actually, and Brian Starner's gonna hate me for that, but screw him. That was a cool show. Just looking around here. SpongeBob, obviously, but who doesn't grow up with that? 2000X Motu, 2000X TMNT, and the occasional PBS Kids show like Cyberspace or Cyber Chase. I don't know. And Gilbert Gottfried is a freaking toucan robot thing. We may have to talk about that one. I don't know. But regardless, I have to say, Mummies Alive is a pretty solid show if you like, you know, the mythology and stuff, and if you like the concept of kind of like Power Rangers or the armor up sequences. The Scarab, the evil bad guy, does that too. And then there's also, you know, all the other side characters and stuff. It's really cool. I'd highly recommend you check it out. But yeah, with that being said, we're going to tone down the videos from now on. I'm not going to upload as much or do as much, as it were. I'm not going to review everything I get. I don't do that now, but it's going to be toned down even less than it normally is. So basically, if I get a Marvel Legends wave, look forward to seeing about half of it reviewed. If you want me to review the rest, let me know in the comments below, and I'll gladly do it. I'm only going to do it for requests now because YouTube's being kind of particular about things. And you know what, at the end of the day, I'm not here to impress them. I'm here to impress you. So as long as I impress you guys, all 5 of you, that's good enough for me. I'll make another video about this. It'll be my next one. So with that being said, 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as well as Saturday morning cartoons, and possibly the return of Shite Overlord Says. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe something else. We'll have to wait and see. I also want to I want to start doing videos about my toy photography, because I do dabble in that too. So I'll check my Instagram for that type of stuff. Alright, I'm going to shut up now, and we're going to call this, we're going to call it here. So check out Mummies Alive. If I was going to rate it, probably give it an 8 out of 10. Maybe a 9, because you do get a lot of episodes. Could it have been better? Yes. Could it have been worse? Absolutely, but it wasn't, so that's good. That's all I gotta say. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. On a side note, this was actually a DIC cartoon, which stands for Dick!